Hello, dear learners and co-learners out there. Today we are going to have another topic and we are going to talk about oral language, stance, and behavior. So this is with our objectives. Number 1, define oral language, stance, and behavior. Number 2, distinguish types of communication and their uses. So first, we are going to define the three. Number 1, oral language. Number 2, stance. And number 3, behavior. So first, what is oral language? Oral language is the process of utilizing knowledge and skills to speak and listen effectively through the proper use of true-to-life ideas or information, words, and grammar. Speaking loudly and clearly is also a must, including proper toning of one's voice to achieve oral language fluency. So when we say proper toning of voice, that would include formal tone, informal tone, or sad tone. When we are talking to our boss or to people who are older than us, then we use formal tone as an example. When we are talking to our closest friends or best friends, of course, we use informal tone. And for sad tone, that is self-explanatory. So that is an example of proper toning of one's voice. So next is stance. What is stance? So stance is the manner and position in which a person stands. When speaking, keep a good posture, stand straight with shoulders back, relaxed, and feet shoulder width apart. Do not cross your arms, nor put your hands in your pocket or slouch. Face the audience as much as possible and keep your body open. So this is a good advice to every one of us so that we can have good posture. So that is stance. It is the manner and position in which a person stands. All right. So next is, what is behavior? Appropriate behavior refers to how you act and deliver a text through different facial expressions such as happy, sad, angry, surprise, and afraid. And these are body language like maintaining eye contact, showing good posture and smile, using hand gestures like tilting your head to one side. So those are examples of behavior. Behavior is how you act and deliver a text. Up next is the characteristics of good speakers. We can be good speakers if we continually practice, and I know some of you already got this. So the characteristics of good speakers are: 1, they have good eye contact with the audience. 2, they pause before and after important ideas. 3, they have good posture. They have good stance. 4, they are confident, relaxed, and energetic. 5, they have a conversational tone. 6, they have speech organization. And 7, they have a main idea like good points. So doing the 7 advices can make us good speakers. So speaking about being good speakers, we need to take up the 4 types of communication. We have to understand that communication is not just by talking, but also there are other ways of expressing what we want or what we feel. Our facial expressions and body movements can convey our thoughts or feelings. So we have 4 types of communication. Number 1, verbal communication. 2, nonverbal communication. 3, visual communication. And 4, written communication. What about let's try to read together the 4 types of communication. All right, let's begin. Number 1, verbal communication. Say verbal communication. Amazing. Number 2, non-verbal communication. Very good. Number 3, visual communication. That's great. And number 4, written communication. Perfect. So now, for us to dig deeper on the examples and uses of these 4 types of communication, you're going to look at the picture and try to listen or read the description so that you will be able to answer whether it's verbal communication, it's visual communication, it's written communication, or the other one, it's nonverbal communication. Picture 1. It includes signs, maps, or drawings, as well as color or graphic design. Visual aids can help a speaker remember important topics, give the audience something to look at, and generally help convey it. The clue for this one is something to look at. What type of communication is this? Is this nonverbal, verbal, written, or visual? What is your answer? The correct answer is very good. It's visual communication. Let's go to picture number 2. Try to look at the picture. What are they doing? So this type of communication utilizes the spoken word, either face-to-face or remotely. It is essential to most interactions. So what type of communication is this? Is it verbal, nonverbal, visual, or written communication? What's your answer? The correct answer is, that is correct. It's verbal communication. The clue here is it utilizes or it uses spoken words. Let's go to the next picture. Try to look at the picture. It is writing, typing, or printing symbols like numbers to convey information. What type of communication is this? The correct answer is, that's correct. It's written communication. So one more to go. Last picture. It provides some insight into a speaker's word choice. These things are often communicated through facial expressions, hand gestures, posture, and even appearance, all of which can convey something about the speaker. The correct answer is perfect. It's non-verbal communication. So we just have learned about the 4 types of communication. What are those again? Number 1, yes, verbal communication. 2, non-verbal communication. 3, visual communication. And 4, written communication. Now it's review time. What you're going to do in here is that you're going to give the word or words that are being described by the statements. Let's try it. Number 1. It is the process of utilizing knowledge and skills to speak and listen effectively through proper use of true-to-life ideas or information, words, and grammar. What is your answer? That is correct. It's oral language. Number 2. It is the manner and position in which a person stands. This is amazing. It's tense. What about the last word? It refers to how you act and deliver a text through different facial expressions. The answer is perfect. It's behavior. So now we are going to recap on the 4 types of communication that we have just discussed a while ago. So number 1, what is that? The clue there is spoken word. That is correct. It's verbal communication. Say verbal communication. Very good. Number 2, example of this is the use of facial expressions or hand gestures, and that is correct. It's non-verbal communication. What about number 3? Examples of number 3 are visual aids or something that we can look at. Number 3 is correct. It's visual communication. And finally, for number 4, examples of this communication are writing or typing, which produce printed symbols. That is perfect. It's written communications. So please do not forget what we have learned today, and we've just learned about oral language, stance, and behavior, plus the characteristics of being good speakers. So we can be good speakers if we really practice and continue the good things to be done as good speakers, and hopefully we can be best speakers someday. And we have here the 4 types of communication: verbal communication, non-verbal communication, visual communication, and written communication. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good day.